I'm Stephanie Owens. I'm a singer-songwriter, moved to Nashville about 4 years ago. I'm about to release my debut EP. As you come out, your first impression as an artist, I wanted to make sure I had a package of songs that kind of was well-rounded, but also really represent me well and the things that I'm passionate about. And so I think we got a good mixture of those in those 5 songs. Found a producer that I liked a lot of his stuff that I was hearing. It was just kind of cool to really dive into that process and see these songs that I had co-written actually come to life. Little Girl in the Mirror is a really special song to me. It's going to be my second single, also on the EP. Basically, the song is a lot about my story and just kind of how I grew up, different things that I kind of went through. When I was 11 years old, I developed an eating disorder, and that was a really hard time in my life, and I had a lot of struggles with identity, and I was putting my worth in how I looked or how I performed, and I put a lot of expectations on myself, and so I thought I had to live up to whatever, and that was gonna define me and who I was. And it was a really hard time. I kind of fought back and wished I could have gone back to the carefree version of myself before any of that hit me, and finally kind of came to the point where I realized that I was gonna have to figure out where to really put my identity. And I did accept Jesus when I was a young kid, but I didn't really understand, I don't think, what that meant with my life. And for me, getting over my eating disorder was realizing that I can't put my worth in those external things. How he defines me, that's where I put my identity. And so kind of to this day, it's just as it shows up in different ways in life, I have to still go back to that identity. And so yeah, so kind of flashing forward and becoming an artist, and as you think about your music and your platform, and I thought that I definitely wanted to share my story, and hopefully body image is a big struggle for a lot of people. And I'd written with Melissa and Austin, my 2 co-writers, before, and Melissa came to write one day and she was like, hey, I have this title. She knew my story, and she was like, Little Girl in the Mirror. She's like, we might be able to turn that into something cool. And I heard it and I was like, yeah, we definitely need to write that song. And so yeah, we kind of just turned it into, wishing you could go back before the world or you told yourself who you're supposed to be. Hopefully Little Girl in the Mirror will kind of be a reminder and an inspiration in that way. The albums that I love the most have songs that do represent that artist, their real person, and it draws out emotion of things that you can tell that they were through, or just parts of their story. So I have a couple songs like that hopefully give you a little bit of insight into me. And then I also love when a project has the songs that you can just kind of turn on and roll your windows down and jam kind of in the car as you're driving. So hopefully we've got a couple of those too that people will find catchy and upbeat. Of course, it's my first project, so that makes it even more special, but I feel like it confidently does represent me as a person, and I'm just excited to share it with the world.